or Heracross. Let's get this one out of here. Oh, wait, did we crash? Okay, hold on. Is it just gonna be one of those days today? Well, we did, technically. Yeah, great. This is going great. But we're fine now. Okay. I'm gonna keep it on the stream, but if this happens to me more times, then it's just one of those days. It happens. Sometimes days like today is just like, no, I don't want you to. And I'm like, but I need to. Yeah, no. It just crashed briefly. It still says unstable. I just need to keep an eye on it right now. Just keep an eye on things. Yeah, I'm just gonna keep an eye on it. You know what? I think it's time to go for an explosion. Grab it with cookies? I don't have any. Oh, no, I actually do have cookies. Internet, if I give you cookies, will you stabilize? I don't know if it's taking it. I did not have time to get, like, an attempt last night, so yeah, we gotta start from all the way at the beginning. I mean, that would have just been perfect. That would have just been perfect timing and be like, you know what? I'm okay with this. Okay. Trick room. Bombies, Dreamkiss, Calm Mind. Yeah, okay. Where Bombi is Bug Fairy, so it's not flying. We can get rid of Rabombi. I remember Rabombi being pretty good. In the DLC for Scarlet and Violet, they made Blastoise shoot water out of its can. Oh, they actually fixed it this time? They actually took the time and just moved the little pointer of where special attacks are being moved instead of here being like up there. Okay, that's good. They actually fixed it. Why did it take a DLC? Because Game Freak is like, no, not even that. Oh, okay. You know what? We are going to protect. Miss Chow can tank one more Earthquake. And it's using Endure anyway. Shoots out 2 Water Blasts out both cannons. Oh, that's even better. And it's not like a special move that's doing or anything, right? It's just, that's just what it naturally does now. Completely new animation. You mean how, like, it should have been from the start? Sounds like a day one type of animation. I know. That's how it should have been. Yeah, Game Freak's just... They're just being rushed. Pokemon's just rushed nowadays. And that's ultimately the main problem. At least it's now in the game, though. I mean, yes. But it should have been a thing since Let's Go at the very most. Sad that the state of Pokemon is so bad that this is exciting. I mean, it's good that it's actually fixed, but I'm not excited. I'm just more like, it's just more like good. That's what it should have been in the first place. Honestly, that probably should have been a thing maybe since X and Y. And that's being at the earliest, but if we want to be a little bit more fair, since people really cared about the HD generation, that should have been a thing since Let's Go games. Playing as your Pokemon is an awesome feature, but there isn't much to actually do. Wait, you can play as your Pokemon? I don't remember, I don't remember hearing about this. Granted, I don't think I actually saw, like, any trailers other than the first one. So I don't know what this one actually added. Oh, great. We can't use Earthquake. Oh, Pokemon are playable. You can run around as them and do auto battles. So, huh, that's interesting. So, it's an awesome feature, but there isn't much to actually do. So, is it almost like a prototype of what could, like, a prototype of something interesting? Mystery Dungeon? Yeah. Also, adding Flight Koraidon was the coolest feature I didn't know I needed. Is Flight Koraidon only available in the DLC? Or once you unlock it, can you use it in the normal game? Well, I only got one more shot. For Bronzong, anyway. Well, at least Endeavor... Tyrantum is using Double Team. I didn't catch that. You could glide with your rideable, but you unlock Flight. But to unlock Flight, you need to beat the DLC. Yes. I figured to get the Flight, you need the DLC, which kind of sucks. That's... Locking a key feature like that behind a paywall. That's annoying. However, again, once you unlock Flight, you can use it in the base game, right? Gliding was part of the base game. Yeah, I know that. But if you unlock Flight in DLC, can you use it in the base game? We can use Nightshade. We can try to use Endeavor. I made it work, but I should have used Gravity first. That way, Double Team would have been nulled. So, yeah, Hawkhorn, the auto battle system almost seems like it was like, because like there'll be like a group of like 6 Pokemon, and you could just send a Pokemon to go do an auto battle, and it'll just do the quick fight, and then the Pokemon will disappear. If you can actually control it, that's almost like a setup to a Pokemon Warriors game. It's like on the way to it. Because that whole mechanic was used for the Team Star stuff. And if you do the Team Star stuff, like it's like almost a setup to what a Warriors game could be for Pokemon. But it's just like not there yet. And if you can actually control the Pokemon, that it's like already on the way. Still refuse to give us a Battle Tower, huh? Wait a minute, Battle Tower was in Gen 8. Why is there no Battle Tower in Gen 9? Let's get rid of Infernape. Elite Four, Blueberry. They are difficult. Well, is it assumed that... I'm guessing they assumed you must have beaten the game to be able to do that DLC, I'm guessing, right? So they actually made it more challenging. Or can you do the DLC at any time? Or, you know, up to a certain point. With level 70 Mons? Wow, that actually sounds like they are actually trying. Second part, the second DLC is post-game only. Okay, yeah, so they know you have to beat the game to get there. I think you mean... Pretty much. Yeah, Elite Four was the best way to get money in the earlier games. Well, in Gen 1, you just missing no, and get infinite nuggets and then sell them. That's your money. You glitch the Matrix to make your money in Gen 1. Gen 2 and Gen 3, I used Elite Four for money. Although, Gen 2, Gen 3, Elite Four. Gen 4, you could just fight those rich people right in front of the... Not Pow Park. There was a Battle Garden or something on that route. That's very easy to fight them and get a lot of money out of it. Played anything beyond Platinum. So I don't loop with gliding. Yeah, so Generation 9... We'll get there when we get there, but it's actually kind of open world, and they give you basically a Pokemon that's just your bike, and it's the box legendary of Gen 9, and it can climb walls. It works as surfing. It's obviously your bike. The Pokemon can glide, so it's basically your replacement for a lot of the HMs. And apparently the DLC added flying as a factor. Okay, I need to get rid of the shift tree. They could have fling. So, Kale, did you beat the second part of the DLC yet? Or are you still playing it? Power creep is so bad. The bike has been replaced by a rideable dragon. Yeah, but that rideable dragon doesn't do anything until post-game anyway. Okay. I'm gonna use gravity, so now Gyarados can get hit by the earth itself. We got a crit from it, too. And Thunder Wave. Alright, let's focus on getting rid of Gyarados. I don't want to deal with Thunder Wave. Gyarados. Nothing stopping your character from getting a bunch of electrodes with explosion and drop them on a flying legendary. You can only hold 6 at a time, but you do have the box. So yeah, you could theoretically do that. Wait, is Voltorb even catchable in Gen 9? I mean, pre-DLC. Actually, even with... Yeah, is Voltorb even catchable in Gen 9? I forget. It is catchable. There you go. You know, Lieutenant Surge already mentioned he was in a war. I'm assuming that's how it went down. Just, they got themselves a Koraidon or Miraidon, started flying around and dropping electrodes from the sky. Is it easier to say who is... How many Pokemon are not available in Gen 9 now? Because I'm assuming there's still Pokemon that are not available. There's still, like, about 400 not available in Gen 9? Or are you saying about 400 were added in the DLC? Stealth Bombers will probably be more efficient than Pokemon and Pokemon Bombs. I guess so. 400 missing. That... When we have over 1,000 Pokemon, that's still more than half that we have available. You know what? I'm gonna Protect. I don't know if this Arcanine is gonna go for extreme speed. Tank and Earthquake. Flamethrower. Okay, good call. Good call. Ludicolo. Well, Arcanine will tank one more Earthquake, but Ludicolo can take many Earthquakes. Let's get rid of you. Oh, now you use your Z move. But yeah, Caleb, if you have beaten the second part of the DLC already, I am curious. Is it worth it? Is it even worth it? Because the DLC for getting both of them is what, $35? And is spending $35 for these two maps actually worth it? Seems like not a lot of... Seems not a lot of content overall. Okay, so... so more like an add-on rather than DLC that you have to pay 35 bucks for. It was fun. If it were free, yes, it would be worth it. Well, if it were free, then this wouldn't be a question then. Okay, hold on. Let me get Protect going. Okay, tell me what is actually added in the DLC. I know there's the two maps and whatever story that's involved. How long will it take you to get through both versions of DLC? And what is added within each DLC? Whether it's Pokemon, content, things to do. Let's get rid of Gliscor. Bronzon's about to faint. Oh, I did not realize I didn't get Trick Room. Oh, great. That's on me. For sure. Well, okay. I'll try to go for Trick Room, but probably ain't happening. I want to say both target Dusclops. Nope, you went for Earthquake. Okay, this is me not paying attention at all. If I caught that, I would have done things differently. I gotta Protect. Okay, now Gliscor's getting hit with Earthquake. That's hilarious. Go Lurk. Okay, that's annoying, but I could probably deal with it. Let's first get rid of Mamoswine. Wait. No, Mamoswine might still go for Earthquake. Let's get rid of Golurk. You get 2 new regions to explore, at least 3 to 4 new Pokemon. Like Gen 9 Pokemon, yep, okay. New secret area below the lab in Area 0. Oh, so there's something new in the base game, too. Okay. 5 really big, intense double battles, and a Pokemon Snap minigame. Little BP mini quest. Set. Okay. Let's... Facade... No, that's resistant. Shadow Claw, Shadow Claw. And Dusclops won't make it, we'll Shadow Sneak. We'll BP equip. Some new Pokemon forms and new Pokemon as well. So there's a new secret area below Area 0. Oh, I refainted. That's on me not paying attention. We didn't get that far. We'll try again. The mini-quests are a nice way to add playability to the game. They're like the Animal Crossing daily missions reward. Oh, okay. Yeah, if I actually saw that Trick Room didn't go off, that would have gone differently. But is that really worth 35? Exactly, no. If you had to pay for it, ideally, how much would you pay for? Because, again, we are talking about, like, a whole... The big thing is, like, you got a whole new map to explore. You have 2 new maps to explore. I think that's the big factor to consider. Like, how much is that really worth it? Like, if you had to put a price on it, other than free, because of course we would want it for free, but if you had to put a price, how much would you be willing to spend? Based on everything that you've seen. My guess would be closer to 25. Oh, wow, 5. I would think it would be... I mean, that would be an insane deal, Hot Corn Dog, but let's be honest, it'd probably be a little bit more than 5. DLC should cost $10 in a world that makes sense. Oh, $5 per expansion. Okay. Okay. So, let's flip the script a little bit. It costs 35. What else should they have done to make it worth 35? It also kind of sounds like some of those things could have just been in a free update, like the daily mission rewards and the secret area below the lab in Area 0. That kind of sounds like things they could have just added in a update. But instead, you know, they turned the game into a better game before 35. I guess that's always the joke. And I'm guessing it's a similar type of reasoning for Gen 8's DLC. Just completely fix all the problems with the base game, add in Legends Arceus Pokedex. Oh, wow, yeah. All Pokemon into the game. But isn't it also a problem that the game, ever since Gen 8, they make you pay to have the Pokemon back? Battle Tower. Yeah, it's weird Gen 9 doesn't actually have a Battle Tower, let alone a Battle Frontier. Unless, isn't, like, the... I was gonna say, isn't the school, like, Champions Challenge thing? Not the Champions Challenge, but the post-game battle thing. Isn't that considered Battle Tower? But no, that's like 4 battles or something. It's like a tournament, so no, that's not the same. Make a better game. Don't you see? That requires time and money. Stuff Nintendo doesn't have. No, Nintendo has it. Game Freak, on the other hand, has the money, doesn't have the time. Because whoever is... it's like the Pokemon Company is like telling them, no, it has to be done by this game needs to be done by here. Pokemon clearly has the money. And Nintendo clearly has the money. The Switch has done so well. They have the money. They should make Pokemon 2. Oh, wow. Never thought of that. We never got an actual definitive sequel. We got Pokemon Gold and Silver. That is not Pokemon 2. Yeah. That would fix everything. Intimidate. Okay. Oh, one thing I learned. Apparently, when I was looking up, like, Battle Tree information, apparently the abilities that the Pokemon that come in are actually randomized. All games after are DLC. No, it's not a full game. It's just a expansion pass that has like a whole new region and new Pokemon. It costs $40, but it's not a main game. It's DLC. Oh, this is actually a good setup right here. still need to get... I can't do anything about the Toro, so... Yeah, let's get rid of Espeon. Yeah, this Espeon could have Magic Bounce, but apparently because abilities are random, it could just... This same Espeon with the same moveset could just have Synchronize. You won't know. Alright, well, let's protect. Earthquake. Sunny Day. Rock Slide. I was expecting Substitute, but I'm glad it's not Substitute. Because now I can Endeavor. There we go, get out of here. Oh, Typhlosion survived. That's Intimidate for ya. Oh, crit, okay. The closest thing to Battle Tower is the online competitive mode, and I don't like playing online competitive. I want, like, this special in-game challenge. Give me an in-game challenge and give me a reward for it. Something where once the servers are down, something that I could go back to. You know what I mean? Is Trick Room still in effect? No, it is not. Shadow Sneak. Protect. That is the biggest problem with Game Freak focusing on the post-game basically just being competitive play. Because what happens is... It's like, okay, when the server shut down, and you were to decide to go back to the game, what can you do? You know what I mean? Even in Gen 6, the servers are basically down. Well, they're not down yet, but there's still a battle tower. In Gen 7, there's still a battle tower. It's not much, but there's something there. Wish there was more, but there is something there. Gen 9 doesn't even have a battle tower. Remember Black 2 and White 2? Where they're just like, okay, we have your equivalent of battle tower. We have a bunch of legendaries to catch. We have, like, whole new areas that were added in. We have Pokestar Studios. We have the Pokemon World Tournament. Basically a whole new, battle subway. With a bunch of references to the we bring back gym leaders and the champs from the previous generations. And that game had no DLC. You could boot up... Oh, Black 2 and White 2 had the medal system. Pokemon 2 would be promoted with a collab with Fortnite. Oh my... I heard that... What was it? Epic Games? Whoever runs Fortnite wants to actually try to get a deal with Nintendo. It's funny, because after you first, like, brought up that joke, Popcorn Dog, I see that the creator of Fortnite wants to try to do a collab with Nintendo, and I'm like, oh wow, the joke is real. And again, I can only think of like 4 franchises that can work without being too cringe. It's gonna be cringe, but there's only 4 that can work. Mario, but Mario has to have like the Kingdom Battle Blaster sort of things. You know, that's just specifically that sort of style. And even then, that's still pushing it a little bit far. You can use Metroid, you can use Samus, you can use Fox because he has the on-foot stuff, and you can use the Inklings. Those all work. work. Exclusive to smartphones and filled with ads and microtransactions. Oh no. That needs to be a fan game if it isn't one. But not a fan game, just like a ROM hack or whatever. It's just Pokemon 2. We never got the sequel. It's the sequel we always wanted. Or it's just going to be Chris Pratt with Mario attire. Don't joke, because you know they would do that. It's Mario from the Mario movie, not the games. You know they do that. Okay, let's get rid of Bruxish. Captain Falcon would only work if he doesn't have a gun. He just goes and runs up and punches people. Actually, wait. Kirby! Kirby has a gun now in Forgotten Land. And honestly, you know, you could just make Kirby a boss fight. And it'll work out. You know, because Kirby is the Eldritch Horror. If you want to play a game where you can collect a group of heroes, Pokemon heroes, join a clan and build your base in this always online pay-to-win casino gambling loot box game. You have to pay $5 for the app. Just to already just make you pay for the app already. And it'll only have the first 151 Pokemon, because we gotta hit that nostalgia factor again, because we never stop hitting that, trying to hit that nostalgia. If he's in Fortnite, canonically Snake. But here's the thing, Hot Corn Dog. Smash Bros is like, it's canonical that they're trophies. They're not the real characters. They're not canonical. Kirby in his base game is completely different. He is a monster. Kirby's just a monster that, you know, he's a force in nature. Once Kirby has a gun, he can't be stopped. Like, it doesn't matter who you send. Like, Kirby's just gonna win. He's the boss fight. And even then, he's one of those boss fights that's impossible to win. Okay. We need to get rid of Beartic. Again. You can join your favorite YouTuber who definitely plays the game. And has his own clan as well. Peter Griffin's so close. Oh no. Yeah, they added him in, didn't they? That was a thing they recently did. This is going well. It's because the AI is now actually smart enough to just not target Togekiss sometimes. Too bad I can't hit all of them. So we're getting rid of Beartic. We'll weaken Bruxish. 40 days to 40. I mean, Snake makes sense, honestly. And you can throw Raiden in there as well. At least that makes sense. Okay. Nope, no. Take the time. Let's get rid of Bruxish. We'll weaken Mamoswine. There we go. I'm surprised Snake is not in Fortnite. Chris Pratt clan on Pokemon 2. Yeah, you know, like, it's the promotion for, the second Detective Pikachu and or the second, Mario movie. Chris Pratt has a clan in Pokemon 2 that he totally plays. He's fighting all the Charizards, you know, and all those Pokemon. Totally believable. I totally believe he actually knows what he's talking about. But again, this hypothetical Pokemon 2, that's a mobile game, will only start with the first 151 Pokemon because, well, not even that, like the first 149. Mewtwo and Mew are added in later as promotion when their sales are declining. And they really need to get people hyped in again. And then it will be a big drip feed. Pokemon 2, they won't have types, so they make it appeal to the modern children who are incapable of understanding typing. You joke, but it's just sad that that could actually be a thing. Look, if we were able to understand the type chart somehow when we were kids, kids are capable of it, but it's more of the fact that that might actually be true. Okay. Also, for wide appeal as well, the average person doesn't want to understand complex typing. Well, not according to Game Freak. Right. Yeah. Game Freak just assumes you can't understand the type chart. It is better to go after Magnezone because I know he's going for Shell Trap. I'm going to get hit anyway. And he probably has a Rocky Helmet. So I want to make sure Togekiss is alive for one more turn. This Lucario could have a priority move. We're going for Protect anyway. Let's see. Yeah, that's fine. Protect, Earthquake. Lucario, if it had a priority move, it would have gone for it. Dark Pulse. I think we could safely just use, like, Follow Me. Shell Trap is not going to activate. Much like Pokemon Go, Pokemon will only have 3 stats. The battles will involve mindlessly tapping on the smartphone until someone faints. And you know, so I booted up Pokemon Go a couple days ago. I am like, remember they added Mega Evolutions to Pokemon? We're now getting, we have like Gen 9 Pokemon in Pokemon Go. But yet, Mawile still doesn't have its Mega form available. You know what I mean? They start adding in stuff, but they don't finish it. Difference is, if you want to get a new Pokemon, you have to pay $20 for a loot box. Oh, and if you want a Pokemon to have a specific costume, you have to pay $45. Because wasn't that the whole Pokemon Unite thing? Like that Ninetales skin was like $40. I still haven't played that game. I don't think I should. Then you get a Pidgey, then you get a paid Pidgey. Possibly. You're most likely going to get Rattatas and Pidgeys out of this loot box system. Okay, Trick Room. Trick Room, there we go. Gonna get rid of Bruxish. I hope I get a Pidgey with a good boon and flop. Yeah, it's a Pidgey where it's like boost special defense, lower speed. It's like, dang it! This one's so awful. And you know, when the game starts out, there's no way to change it. There's no way to freely change it. I think Caesar's gonna go for Bullet Punch. We're gonna stall. No Bullet Punch. Swordsdance. Oh, I mean, it still could then. Pay $10 to reshuffle the stats. It's either that or you pay $1 for each loot box attempt. But the Pidgey you want is very rare. It's like EV training, except it costs money. Yeah, the only way to EV train a Pokemon is to get vitamins. But you're only given one random vitamin on your daily login bonus, so if you want more, you're gonna have to pay for it. But here's the thing, Caleb. If this was a mobile game, EV training won't be a thing. Because that's too complicated. EV training is already too complicated. Natures are already complicated enough. EV training on top of it? No, not for a mobile game. Because Hotcorn brought up Fire Emblem Heroes, right? And they basically have natures, right? Imagine if they had EV training. If EV training was a thing in Heroes. It wouldn't go well. Let's get rid of, I don't know, Absol. To evolve them, you need to give them 100 rare candies. They don't level up with candies no more. To do that, you gotta pay to grind levels every day. And there's a stamina system where you're limited on how long you can play per day. Don't forget that. Okay, I think we could safely get rid of Malamar. 2 on top. Perfect. And then once Gen 2 comes out, once the Pokemon from Gen 2 come out, the power creep is going to be so huge that it's not worth using anything from the Gen 1 list, and they won't update them until the Gen 4 Pokemon come out, when they start realizing power creep's a thing. I should have baited Fake Out. Dang it. That's annoying. Not the Moxie, but the Umbreon. The Umbreon is actually the more annoying thing here. Then they never get updated after that Gen 4 update, right? We never go to Gen 5. Okay. Let's... Who do we target? Okay, we start weakening Umbreon. Yeah, Scrappy's going for substitute. Payback. Reflect wore off. Oh, okay. I didn't realize that was the thing. Let's target Scrafty, because it's going to probably go for something like Focus Punch. So we need to break that. And Umbreon's just going to keep doing that. That's fine. Okay. Still going to target Scrafty. That'll be better. Then we can focus on Umbreon. But yeah, while they're working on the Gen 2 stuff, that's when they release the starters for whatever the newest gen is. For promotion purposes, of course. And maybe the legendary for whatever the new gen is. Moonlight, oh no. We gotta have Heracross hit this thing. Even if it's only once. Thank you. Curse, ooh. Good thing I went for Nightshade. Told you, Umbreon is like... That was the biggest problem here. That's the one I really need to get Endeavor on, but Fake Out, I forgot. Battle number 8. To get the legendary, you need to have these 6 Pokemon at a certain level with certain IVs. Yeah, you need a full team of 6, and it's considered a raid battle. So, you need to make sure your Pokemon are either well-trained or you paid a lot of money for the rare ones. And the stronger ones. Trick Room. Protect. Nice crash. Okay. We're gonna get rid of Mamoswine. And even when you're done with the raid, you still have to catch the Pokemon and can still run away. Okay, I can't protect anymore. In that case, let's get rid of Beartick. Weavile will faint soon enough. It's on rotation. If you don't get it the first round, you gotta wait 2 months, if you're lucky, for another try. And by then, the next legendary is introduced, making the previous one null. Yeah, the newer legendary is already way overpowered. Like, there's no reason to get the old one. And, you know, let's hope you didn't start way too late when there's like 10 legendaries and you want to get Mewtwo. You're probably waiting a year before you get your other chance. If you're lucky. But when they introduce Mewtwo again, they don't just introduce Mewtwo. No, no, no. It's Mewtwo with a special hat. So that's how you... So it's different. It is completely different Mewtwo. And this Mewtwo is way better than the original Mewtwo. Because they're 2 different Pokemon. They're not categorized the same way. And they don't bother to buff the original Mewtwo. Okay. Protect. When this legendary switches in his special ability, activates laying down a layer of spikes and lowering the attack of all active mons, as well as setting up Tailwind for your team. Yeah, isn't that basically like... The special ability activates after it loses like 1/3 of its health. Okay, let's get rid of Gothitelle. Look, a Pokemon still 2 still gets like 100 rewards somehow. I mean, it's Pokemon. They have the money to buy the awards, so it's no surprise. Endeavor. Special signature move is guaranteed 1-hit KO that also sets up Toxic Spikes and Reflect. And then once you get the Pokemon, it just gets the no 1-hit KO move. They get rid of that aspect. They just have the Toxic Spikes and Reflect lasts half the time than what the boss had. Only $50 to attempt 1 raid on him. Yep. Battle number 10. Who is it? Okay. So, she can be a problem. If any of her ice types show up, I think all of them have ice shards, so I have to keep that in mind. Okay. And that Oranguru could have Trick Room. For additional $100, you can get all 6 Pokemon and enough material to get them halfway where you need to participate in the raid. Yeah, and when you finish a raid, you get good materials to power up your Pokemon even further. And there's PvP! Don't forget the PvP. Actually, this might be the attacking Oranguru. Okay. So, I'm gonna faint. I'm gonna faint anyway. Ice Shard. I need to keep Togekiss in. So, we are gonna swap to Dusclops. We're still banning legendaries, yes. Yeah, I was expecting that. Okay. We can go with Brick Break. There we go. Psychic. We still have Togekiss. As long as another ice type doesn't show up, I think we'll be fine. Okay, we can live with that. I get... No, you know what? We're gonna explode. Probably not the smartest move. Oh wait, they're both part normal. I gotta hit them with Brick Break. Alright. We can send out I hope we can send out do you think there's going to be an ability that sets up Tailwind someday? I wouldn't be surprised. I'm surprised they haven't tried something like that. Okay. We still have the speed advantage. We are going to Endeavor Mandibuzz. We are going to we can't Nightshade Oranguru, so we got a Brick Break Oranguru. Oh, the Pokemon that just gets thrown out and sets out Trick Room will be the one that breaks the game. Or if not break the game, it's going to be used in a lot of teams. Alright. No Hail. Trick Room has ended. Both of these Pokemon are pretty slow. So, we are going to get rid of Oranguru. With you, we are going to Nightshade Mandibuzz. We should be able to make it out of this. Roost. That's annoying. But I can Facade now. Even if it went for an attacking move, like Air Cutter, Dusclops should be able to get the win. There we go. Yeah, the Pidgey just has some sort of broken strat that the legendaries can't deal with for whatever reason. Actually, if anything, that would be Rattata. You can only get TMs by doing PvP. So you can't ignore PvP. Yeah, and there's still one use. They're back to being one use. They're not infinite. You can get a bunch of them, but you have to do a lot of PvP. And of course, with PvP, people already spent $100 just to do the raids to get Mewtwo. And the $100 was just to make a good team of 6. Just to fight Mewtwo. Well, now they got Mewtwo, which is still broken. Maybe not as broken as Boss Mewtwo, but it's still broken. So, when you go into PvP, all you're fighting is the people who just paid to win. And so you can't get TMs, and they continue to get TMs. Better the move, the more currency to get the TM. Yeah, they give you some currency. where you can buy a TM, but they give you like 5 of the currency, but you need like 200 of that currency to buy the TM you want. Okay. Salazzle. We should be fine. It'll faint to an earthquake. Perfect. Oh, Pokemon 2, like, and it's gonna sell millions. Battle number 12. Billions, right? Because it didn't cost them. They didn't spend that much money to make it in the first place. And the game looks like it was straight from Red and Blue. They say it's for artistic reasons, but they did that just to save time because all they did was rip the map and the sprites from Gen 1, so they didn't have to spend much money. They'll claim it's for artistic reasons, though. Greninja has leftovers, okay. Nidoking can surprisingly tank, so I think we're gonna protect just in case anyway. And even if it faints, it's all better. Alright. So... will Earthquake... will Endeavor Greninja. I mean, we already have Pokemon that just, upon send-out, immediately throw out, like, Electric Terrain and Fairy Terrain. Why isn't there one that just sets up Trick Room immediately upon startup? Okay. Battle number 13. Because Trick Room would be so broken, it would be unbelievable. Right. But here's the thing, Caleb. If 2 Pokemon use Trick Room, it just goes back to normal. So what happens is turn 1, both trainers send out the Pokemon with Trick Room, so it just becomes normal. Because you can use Trick Room again to stop Trick Room. That is true, Trick Room doesn't have an item to extend it. Oh. If it did, though, Bronzong would most likely be using... most likely have that item. Although Lumberry is still pretty useful. But here's the thing, the reason why that Pokemon is not as great as you think, it's because the Pokemon is actually very fast. So under Trick Room, it's very slow. That's the balance of it. You can still use Protect, though. Okay, let's get rid of Noivern. It's like as fast as Weavile. And not as tanky as it, but now it's the slowest thing there. Of course, Togekiss was poisoned. rigged. Is Trick Room that broken to not give it a extension item? Like, even if it's, you know, just extends it for like 2 more turns? Kind of like the weather boosting ones? It's with a muck. Because Trick Room is such a niche strategy that really you don't see it that often. It is a powerful double battle strategy, that's for sure. But I still never... Granted, I never really play competitive, nor really watch much competitive stuff, so I don't know, like, how often Trick Room is actually used. You see it often? Okay. Never mind, then. It would be... yeah, it would be balanced in singles. That's for sure. I still hate that they nerfed Explosion. I still hate that. It's like, oh, it's just dumb that you could go into doubles, use Explosion, and just take out 2 Pokemon. And it's just like, yeah, but you lose your own. But, I kind of miss when Explosion was just, like, a big problem. That's why you have Rock or Steel types to resist Explosion. Or Ghost to be immune. Okay, Trick Room... Protect. Sadly, I can't hit Chandelure. Sludge Bomb, Heat Wave. Okay. We Earthquake. Salazzle's gonna faint. I think I should Foresight Chandelure. Heat Wave. Okay. No one was burned, that's good. Earthquake. Endeavor. Oh, this hypothetical Pokemon that has the ability to set up Trick Room upon being sent out. It has the move Memento as an option. So just go out, use a Memento, lower their stats so you can send in your actual Pokemon to take advantage of it. And you either give it the item to extend Trick Room, or you give it something like an Iron Ball, so it's now faster than what you would expect. It's still fast, though, so it's not that much of an issue. Okay. We're getting rid of probably Barbarical. Yeah, we're gonna get... I don't know. Stone Edge, Thunder... Yeah, we'll get rid of Barbarical. I know it doesn't hit Rotom, but here's the thing. When Dusclops... If Dusclops has to come out, it has Gravity. So, I'm not too worried about Rotom right now. Oh no, you know that I have a Lumberry. Good. Get rid of Galvatel. Setting up Rain. to make Thunder guaranteed to hit. Okay. Alright. Time to get rid of Rotom. I could have Protect and use Earthquake to hit Chandelure at least once. That's fine. Earthquake. Protect. Okay, Trick Room has ended. We're going for Earthquake. We're going for Follow Me. At least it didn't have Heat Wave. There we go. What are we dealing with? Round number 16. Still got a long ways to go. Iroar and Almaldo. Oh yeah, Kill. You played through the DLC. How are the new Pokemon, like those new legendaries, are they any good? I haven't been keeping up with it, so I don't know if they're any useful or not, or if they have unique functions. Endeavor, Almaldo. They're all good mons? Well, that's good to know. And I know there's technically, what, 4 in the first part of the DLC, and there's 1 in the second part, is that right? Who designs especially the new... So there are new Paradox Pokemon. Is that only in the second half, or is that in both? Okay, Endeavor, Aurorus. Yeah, you'll still faint. There we go. Togekiss faints. 1 left. And Ribombee. Okay, we can use Iron Head. And Nightshade. So, I know they added the new Paradox Pokemon, like, before the DLC came out. Like, it was like Iron Leaves and... what was it? Walking Wake? The Suicune and the Virizion. Are those just available to get as much as you want in these DLCs? Or is it still a raid thing you have to do? Because at the time, you can only get them, like, during that, what was it, that 2-week period? 1 per copy of game. But again, is it a raid thing you have to do that, you know, was a limited time thing? Or can you just go and catch the Pokemon in the DLC? Or 1 per copy and shiny locked. Gloralurk is going for Curse. It'll probably just do it again, so we'll just... well, I have to hit Exploud anyway. Iron Leaves and Suicune 1 are raids only. So, again, we're gonna run into a situation here where once the servers are down, that's it. You can't get them anymore. I don't think I need to target Golurk. Okay. But once the way goes away, which is already has long ago. I mean, here's the thing. When the game is currently in running, they'll usually just bring it back every once in a while. Usually. But once the servers are just done, or when they're focused on... When Gen 10 is out, and they're completely done... Wait, what am I doing? Sorry. I was gonna use Gravity, but no, I'm on Bronzong, not Dusclops. There we go. Once Gen 10 is out, for whatever console it's for, and we're completely done with Gen 9, you will not see that Pokemon in Gen 9 again. Unless people already have them. If they wanted to actually let you get them without having to do an online raid that was only available for 2 weeks at a time when they did them, they should have just put it in a patch and be like, hey, this Pokemon's not available. You only get one per game. It's a raid battle, but it's like in a very specific spot or something. I don't know. The problem is they don't just make them available for... They're not thinking long term. That's the problem. That's what I'm really getting at. And these new Paradox Pokemon, they don't have that problem, based on what you said. Iron Leaves and Suicune are raids only. Yeah, so... The other ones don't have that problem. We'll get a spin-off game of some kind, or... Yeah, so... There'll probably be a Pokemon Direct in either January or February. I think that's what they did last time. Then it will be Gen 10. What it will probably be... It's... since generations only last at most 3 years nowadays. I mean... Wasn't Gen 4 like Gen 3 or 4 like the longest one, and that was like 4 years? Or something? But then after Gen 4, it became like a 3-year thing. Like even Gen 5 was like 3 years. I kind of wish they just make it at least, make a minimum of 4 years. It feels like new generations come way too quickly, honestly. What was I getting at? So we'll get some sort of Pokemon Direct in January or February. My guess is we are gonna get a remake of Black and White, like how Brilliant Diamond, Shining Pearl were. And whether it's in the same Direct or not, we'll probably get a Legends Gen 5. So Legends Kyurem, maybe. I guess that would probably be how you would call it. That is my guess, and then after that Legends Kyurem comes out, that will be Gen 10. Licky. Can't hit you without using Brick Break, so we're gonna get rid of Tyrantum. Cloud 9. Okay. Yeah, let's get rid of the dinosaur. That is my guess on what they're gonna do, because I don't think they're gonna skip a year. But it also kind of... Wait, okay, so... Brilliant Diamond Shining Pearl came out in 2021. Scarlet and Violet is 2022. This year was the DLC. 3 years. Yeah, we could probably see Brilliant Diamond, basically Gen 5 Brilliant Diamond Shining Pearl next year. I think that's possible. Or Choreo, okay. We can't hit you with Earthquake. I have to use Iron Head. Anyway. Get rid of Licky Licky. Not yet, okay. Teeter Dance. Trick Room's ended. Still gonna get rid of Licky Licky. I can't Shadow Sneak. Alright, Teeter Dance hits your partner too. Alright. Iron Head and Shadow Sneak, that will work. Perfect. That is my prediction. Gen 5 like Brilliant Diamond's Shiny Pearl type of remake. And maybe they'll announce Legends Kyurem. Because again, they have Gen 5 on the brain. They really do. So they're gonna do something with Gen 5. But Gen 5 is also weird because it not only does it have Black and White 1, it has Black and White 2. So how do you handle that? Maybe it's not necessarily a Black and White 1 remake. There's no way they would put both games in the same cart. There is no way. But there's also no way they would extend Gen 9 longer to add Black and White 2 remake. And it would probably be a little bit weird if Black and White 2 remake ended up at... Oops. Iron Head. Ended up in Gen 10. While Black and White 1 is Gen 9, you know? That'd be weird. Alright. Kingdra already used Protect. So we're getting rid of Kingdra. Besides, I don't want to deal with Static. And also, Ampharos is weak to Earthquake. This is just a better option. Wow, Ampharos tanked that. Alright, I can't hit Salamence. Let's weaken Ampharos. We stall for a turn. I think Ampharos might tank another Earthquake. Because of Intimidate. What do you think? You got a prediction of what the next thing they're gonna announce? Or, you know what they could do? I don't know if they do this. But remember, Legends Arceus came out just a few months after Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl. For a new Legends game hopefully being announced. Like, it has potential. I just wish the first one just had more time to be polished. So since Gen 5 remakes are just a weird case, and I don't think they're going to make a Black and White 3. I don't think that's the route they go. Because they're just doing the remake train. Since Black and White 2 are direct sequels to Black and White, and they're not going to package them, so here's my guess. Since Legends Arceus was released a couple months after Brilliant Diamond Shining Pearl, we're talking like 3 months, what they might do is, for November, they release Black and White 1 remakes. Then in February, or whenever the month Legends Arceus came out, January or February, they released Black and White 2 remakes just a few months later. Then that November, the one after that, that's when Legends Kyurem exists. Yes, that's probably what they're gonna do because they don't have enough time to add anything. Or however the excuse was, I don't know. I was not able to get Trick Room because I flinched. So we are going to swap to Dusclops. Bullet Punch, yeah, smart move. Good. Trick Room has activated. We are gonna... Yes, we are gonna Earthquake, and I'm gonna Gravity. Which will only have the 156 Pokemon originally found in Black and White and nothing else. Well, if you remember in Black and White 1 in post-game, if you're playing white version, you could get other Pokemon from previous gens if you're in White Forest. So, if it's a faithful remake, they would still have that. Because when you compare Black and White 2, or, no, I'm sorry, when you compare Omega Ruby Alpha Sapphire versus Brilliant Diamond Shiny Pearl, Brilliant Diamond Shiny Pearl is basically a 1-to-1 remake of Diamond and Pearl with only like a couple new things changed. But it is whatever Diamond and Pearl had, the remake had it. Omega Ruby Alpha Sapphire didn't even add the Battle Frontier. They technically changed the Battle Tower to Battle Mason, but they still serve the same purpose. When they say faithful, it means poorly done, not actually faithful. Yep. Okay. My low tick is slower, but I'm not scared of my low tick. Garchomp, you know what, I'm going to look this up. Garchomp should be faster than my Heracross. And we got Trick Room for one more turn. He should be faster than Heracross, which means right now he is slower. Yeah, 102. So what we are going to do is we are going to Brick Break Garchomp. We are going to Endeavor Garchomp. Wait, Trick Room was still in effect. I can understand why my low tick would have been faster. Because I don't think my low tick's that fast. Garchomp has 102 speed. Heracross has 85. How did Garchomp go first? We're going for Facade, but how did Garchomp go first? There, let me... Well, this is Cynthia's Garchomp. Facade. Alright, let's look this up. Cynthia's Garchomp. Okay, battle number 21. Alright, not the one that Megas. Wait, that makes even less sense. Garchomp has a Choice Scarf. Unless that was the Mega. It used Stone Edge. No, okay, that was the Mega Garchomp. She just never Mega Evolved it. Because she already had the Lucario Mega Evolved. Okay. Trick Room. Protect. I need to see what they're gonna do. Acrobatics, Double Team. Okay, let's first get rid of Gliscor. Absol is gonna be annoying, but we're gonna have to get rid of it later. So this Garchomp is at Adamant. It does not have Speed EVs. With my Heracross having a Jolly Nature, with Speed EVs, is it possible that in this case this Garchomp was slower? What do we want to get rid of? Salamence would be... Yeah, let's get rid of Salamence. Yeah, I figured payback would be a problem. Staraptor. Okay. I think right now we need to get rid of Staraptor, so we're gonna Brick Break. We're gonna Endeavor. The Staraptor might be the Endeavor Quick Attack one. Well, it definitely has Quick Attack. Okay. And Absol went after Dusclops. Okay. This is actually good. Well, we're going to try for Gravity, and we're going to Endeavor. Luckily, we got Endeavor off first. So now what this means is that those double teams don't matter anymore. Whether or not Endeavor actually hit was just kind of... It was just kind of luck. And now we could just Brick Break. We're good. Yeah, like if they do make a Black and White 1 remake, and if it's any, I'm assuming it's going to be something similar to what Brilliant Diamond and Shiny Pearl was. And I just have no no faith in it. But yet, eventually I'll get it anyway. For whatever reason. Whether it's new or used, I'll probably eventually get it. Okay, good. They tried to taunt Togekiss. Because of this ribbon challenge, I'm now locked in. If a new game adds ribbons, I'm locked in. We gotta keep this Heracross keep getting it more ribbons. I gotta hope Garchomp doesn't go for Sandstorm. Show Trap. There it is. I could have endeavored. Oh well. I could have gotten rid of Garchomp, but I would have lost my Togekiss then. No matter which route I went, I would have lost Togekiss. The only way I wouldn't have lost Togekiss is if I hit him with a crit. That would have been the only way. Oh, Garchomp's protecting. Tentacruel. Alright, well, we're still gonna get rid of Garchomp. We'll prioritize it. Toxic Spikes, Sand Tomb. Black Sludge. Okay. Trick Room has ended. We're still going for Earthquake. We are still gonna Nightshade Garchomp. Now let's hope Bronzong survives. Well. We get rid of Tentacruel. That's something. Let's go for Iron Head. That way we don't have to hit Dusclops. Earthquakes anyway. I'm starting to wonder if I should have had Dusclops have not Dusclops. Bronzong have Levitate instead of Heat Proof. Because I don't know if Heat Proof was really that much of a factor that it had to be Heat Proof. Although I think it still saves me from some hits anyway. I don't know. It is what it is. What do we got? Battle number 23. It's Nobunaga? Yep. Nobunaga, this is a weird, like, look for you. I'm used to how you look in Conquest. You know, I wouldn't take Nobunaga as, like, the collector type. Actually, no. Actually, no, that does fit him. Trying to be a collector, collect everything. Yeah, you know what? That fits Nobunaga. Are you kidding me? What is this? Can the AI just read? Kind of like what Stadium does, where they read what the values are. Be like, oh, okay. Infernape goes for Will-O-Wisp. It's going to burn. And now that all the things are used up, Bronzong's gonna be frozen. It's so lame. Okay. Is this how I lose? My Lumberry was used up by the burn, but now Bronzong's frozen. I think... Okay. Chat. I thawed out because of Heat Wave, and then Heracross froze me again, and then I immediately thawed out. What is this? I still managed to get Trick Room out, but this is ridiculous. This is just straight up dumb. Heat Wave. And Dusclops is burned. Okay. We only have Dusclops for a little bit, so let's get rid of Infernape, because that's going to be a problem for Heracross. Okay. Heracross is pretty slow. How many more turns do we have of Trick Room? 2. Oh, what do I do? know if this was a good call. Okay. Feraligatr. Okay. Endeavor, Feraligatr, Protect. Stall for 1 turn. Stalled. Aqua Tail. Trick Room has ended. I think I did everything right there. Chat, was there even anything I could have done differently? I think I did every move correctly. Because Will-O-Wisp got rid of the Lumberry, then Dusclops got frozen. Or Bronzong got frozen. Yeah, Bronzong got thawed out the next turn and still got Trick Room, but I don't know what I could have done differently. Yeah. Granted, this is the first time I really had this problem where I can't think of a different problem where it's like my Lumberries was used up, then I immediately got put to sleep or frozen. To where I couldn't use Trick Room. It's usually only one. I'm usually only dealing with one status effect user. You know? And seeing Blizzard freeze twice in a row, I think I just had the worst luck. That's the only explanation. Right? That's the only explanation. I had the worst luck. I think I did everything I could correctly. Swapping Togekiss out for Dusclops because I didn't get Trick Room off. I think the order I did things was probably the right call. Maybe I should have gone after Clawitzer, but let's be honest, I think whatever one I took out, whether it be Feraligatr or Clawitzer, I think we still would have had... I think we still would have lost. Singles aren't much better. You can't account for everything. And when you get luck strats like that, and they work, there's nothing I could do. I would normally give it another attempt, but prepping for Christmas stuff, I gotta end stream now because I have more stuff to do. Thanks for everyone who showed up. This week is gonna be, I mentioned it last time, but this week, because prepping for Christmas, I either can't extend stream or I may have to cancel, but that's a play-by-ear sort of thing. We'll see. But if you want to see the old streams that are not on Twitch anymore, they're on YouTube at ScottBot64 Stream Archives. We're just doing more of this. Again, this is really getting annoying. If I get time, I will try to get to like 30 fights in either mode, just to get some progress so we have a better starting point, but that's if I have time. Or don't fail, like here. Either way. Have a good day. Later.